Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a 2019 K2 Overboard snowboard. This is part of the Enjoyer series. It's an all-mountain deck for intermediate to advanced level riders that like riding deep snow, charging hard on groomers, and of course, maybe dipping into the side in backcountry. This is a deck that only comes in one size, or 165. It's a directional board, as you see, with a kind of like pin-style tail, which is actually pretty cool, and a 44mm taper. It's easy to initiate turns on groomers, and it's easy to float in powder because the tail sinks down because it's quite a bit more narrow than what you'll find in the nose. Another cool thing about the Overboard is that it has a progressively wider waist width with a volume shift style story. So even though it's a 165, this thing does, of course, have a lot of surface area, and that's why it floats so well. But it has a 26.7 centimeter waist width. So anyone with size 11 feet and larger is going to love this thing. You can be on a 12, 13, 14 and still lay down carves like no other on it. And actually the base, this is actually one of my favorite things about it. The base, when you put it on snow, when you're like ripping, it kind of like makes the snow that you're riding kind of glow underneath, as if it kind of, you're leaving a trail almost, like when you're through the car, you can actually see the snow kind of glowing. It's just actually pretty rad. But overall, the Overboard is a fun board, but you know, it just comes in one size. So it has a wide range for suggested weight ranges. I believe it starts at like 130 and then goes all the way up past 230. So there's a really big range there. And then there's that combination camber profile shape story. So you set the board on flat ground or a table like this. There's a nice arc of camber. You know, that's quick edge gives a lot of pop right behind that back foot. There's a little bit of rock on that tail's contact point, but then the nose gradually starts to rock up nice and slow. As you see, it doesn't have this abrupt style kick. Now, one thing that you may be wondering is like, God, what about this nose? It's so long, it's going to flop around a bunch when I'm going fast. No, there's actually ICG 20 triax style glass on both the top and the bottom, and then you can kind of see through this white top sheet, those are the strands of extra carbon stringers. So this board is torsionally fairly darn rigid, and it's not going to flop around a bunch like a wet noodle. But overall, it has a feel and flex rating of about an 8, quite a bit stiffer than your average style board. It does feature a pretty big side cut radius of about 8.8 meters, which is pretty big for like a non-custom style board. So if you like those big sweeping crossover turns on groomers, this is going to be a wild one. It also features a 3-year warranty and a BAP style wood core that's birch, aspen, I believe paulownia. It's a combination of both strong, soft, and lightweight style woods, and it features a what's called a hybrid taper. It's a construction type that allows the board to have that about a 124 centimeter effective edge, but it also has this instead of having a cap wall construction like throughout, it has a sidewall construction that gradually transitions into a cap wall. So the wood core is gradually thinned out as it gets to the tips, reducing the overall amount of swing weight. This is a cool and fun shaped board, as you see, and of course it's going to ride fast. This base is centered, of course. It has a lot of structure. K2 recently has been adding a little bit more, I think, structure than they normally have been, and I like that. I think it's better to have a little bit more structure, especially if you're riding in warm and wet style conditions. There's a 360 wrap standard steel edge. It's going to be a little less catchy in those contact points because they're gradually raised up, but it's still going to bite down really well because of that camber and that sharp 90-degree edge. This is a good board. It really is. The Overboard is a board that does well most in like bigger style settings. So if you're riding around here in the Midwest and your hill is about 300 feet, are you gonna enjoy it? Yeah, of course you'll enjoy it. You know, you might do like three big cars because their cycle radius is bigger, and that's about it. But this thing really excels. If you're taking a trip, you go into a big mountain, kind of want one free riding board to kind of do it all, from groomers into the deep stuff. The Overboard is one of the best choices from the K2 line for that. Make sure to check it out, of course, at thehouse.com by selecting the link below in the description. Leave a comment or question. Let me know what you think of this thing here. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more videos over there, and hopefully I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.